People who love staying up late finally no longer need to sleep. A man suddenly collapses off the couch. His friend rushes over to check on him, but the man isn't breathing. He tells his friend to call for help, but every time they dial, the line is busy. The man runs into the bedroom looking for more help, but finds his friends and girlfriend already asleep. He tries to wake them, but they've also stopped breathing. Panicking, he covers his mouth and nose with a piece of clothing. Thinking there might be a gas leak, they load the 3 bodies into a car and rush to the hospital for help. But as soon as they enter the hospital, they see beds lining the hallway. They find a nurse and ask for help. The nurse checks the bodies and confirms they're already dead. But since it's not yet official working hours, there are no other medical staff available, so they have to leave the bodies outside for now and wait inside the hospital. Across from them, a father and daughter are also waiting. The daughter gives her father a sip of alcohol. She tells him to rest for a few minutes, but after a while, the man notices the older man foaming at the mouth. He calls out to him. When there's no response, he shakes his shoulder, but the man's head drops forward, and he seems to be dead too. The nurse takes one look, then rushes into the break room to get help, but finds her co-worker has also stopped breathing.
What happened?
She was sleeping. That's when she died.
When the nurse calms down, she suspects someone has poisoned the hospital, but all calls to the police are still met with busy signals, so they decide to drive to the police station themselves. On the way, the nurse suddenly sees something and orders the man to stop the car. The streets are completely empty. She pulls out a gun and fires a shot into the air, but even after several minutes, no one comes out, so they go into a nearby house to check, and discover many people have died in their sleep. The entire street is lifeless. The nurse believes it's a virus, and right now, the most urgent thing is to warn anyone who's still awake. The man thinks of the late-night radio station, so they drive there quickly, but when they arrive, they discover the radio host is already dead. Meanwhile, the man runs desperately to his girlfriend's house to warn her, but as soon as he enters, he's attacked. Luckily, his girlfriend is still awake. He quickly tells her about what's happening outside, but she doesn't believe him, so the man stands outside the door shouting, but no one responds. At that moment, an emergency broadcast begins on the radio.
I repeat, do not go to sleep. You will die.